5 Reasons Why Pi Network is Valuable. An article from the Pi Lifestyle. There is a lack of clarity when it comes to the value of Pi. Some people want to measure Pi in comparison to Bitcoin. However, Pi Network's utility and supply make it unique. Pi is not meant to be seen as store of value, but rather a digital currency that will be constantly exchanged for goods and services. Pi Network must be judged by its own utility, not by the assumed utilities of others. Here are 5 reasons why Pi is valuable. Establish new economies exist globally that accept Pi on peer-to-peer basis. While the smart contracts of Ethereum may catch your eye, an enormous explosion of Bitcoin's price from the end of 2020 till the date of August 16, 2021. Pi Network has communities that continue to perform transactions using Pi alone for pioneers using it as form of currency. Among the following are the Pi Lifestyle, Pi Network Mall, occupied shop from China. Occupied shop based on the reports has been said to be in a spirit of unauthentic and more. It is not enough to simply store value and perform powerful technological feats. It must be seen and intentionally be used as mainstream and reliable mediums of exchange for goods and services. Pi Network's growth resembles that of Facebook in its early years of development. Facebook nearing its third year in 2006 had 12 million users. Pi Network launched on March 14, 2019, and it has demonstrated a growth of 10 plus million users in less than 2 years. If Pi Network were merely a new Facebook, many of us would consider investing into it. Consider what this might mean from us receiving revenue or a part of it from the ads on the Pi Network app and selling Pi so that company could advertise on the network. For more details about the flows of Facebook revenues, please click on this link below in the descriptions. Number 3. The global reach of Pi Network is in over 175 countries stated by the official Facebook page of Pi Network. However, compare that PayPal is available in more than 200 countries and regions. You can use PayPal to send and receive payments securely worldwide and transact businesses in multiple currencies. This is drawn directly from PayPal's website itself. Number 4. Quantitative easing of the United States that occurred during a pandemic on March 23, 2020. Why is this fact significant to Pi Network? It is because when the crash of the stock market occurred in early 2020, the Federal Reserve believed the best course of action was to print money. While the stigma of inflation is there, it was not just the fact that money was made out of thin air. It was how that new money was distributed during a pandemic that made difficult in the person exchange of physical goods and services. The Federal Reserve printed money and made a decision that led to purchasing government bonds from banks, so banks could have money to loan to businesses. Businesses could use this money to expand operation and sales. Tech companies could handle the stress of the pandemic, but for similar small businesses that did in-person exchanges, they most likely suffered. However, the issue with this method is that the cycle is the Federal Reserve to the banks and ultimately to businesses, or through stimulus checks, but my personal opinion is that $600 to $1,400 only gets so far, especially as a dying small business. The money is not directly being given to the consumer unless employed by that business receiving loans. Unless people can buy goods and services from businesses to create an organic cycle of money, businesses may overexpand in operation and it may end up costing more in upkeep. Investors may find this concerning with shares being inflated and not bringing in organic profits for shareholders. Unless consumer demand creates organic growth that exceeds business expansion cost and upkeep, then money is sure to leave. Pi Network will have a fixed supply that is given to the people directly. its digital presence and awareness is not at the same level of purchasing power for goods and services as the dollar. One day, it may, though it will take more time. Number 5. The transaction speed of Pi network versus Bitcoin. While Bitcoin may be exploding in value due to its utility of being resistant to inflation and a considerable alternative to a store value compared to gold, Bitcoin may be difficult to liquidate if two things occur: the potential loss of spending power per dollar due to the massive printing of money, and also the potential mass attempt to exchange Bitcoin for goods and services. According to Kenny L., Bitcoin can do 275.9.12 transactions every 10 minutes. Pi network, according to its white paper, can work at a rate every 3 to 5 seconds instead of 10 minutes due to its stellar consensus protocol. Pi network is approximately 120 times faster than Bitcoin on its worst day. Wouldn't these factors draw you in closer if Pi network has nearly the reach of PayPal, the early growth of Facebook as well as its potential ad revenue, developing peer-to-peer economies, inflation resistance, and a faster transaction speed than Bitcoin? Though Pi may never reach $30,000 per Pi, the more relevant question may be, will it be a currency that may become equal or rival first world sovereign currencies in terms of access to goods and services? That may indeed be many years ahead, but missing out on that now may also mean you won't have as much of the potential future you could have then. Until next time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching.